everybody and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about new releases. I feel like the best months are the summer months, obviously, but October. October is an amazing month for books, and this year it seems like October and November are going to be amazing times for books. So I am so excited. I haven't done a new release yet, and I'm sure I'm going to miss a lot of them, but these are the books that I found that I am super excited about, and I would like to share them with you because I am getting my wallet ready. And make sure you go to your libraries and put holds on stuff and request stuff because they get books based on what you're requesting too. So make sure you go do that so you can get the books that are coming out. We're going to be starting with October 4th. I have so many books that I want to get that are coming out on October 4th. I have my trusty computer right here, and I'm going to be looking at these because you do not want me to summarize books that I haven't read. It's just not a good idea. It's not a good idea. But we're going to be talking about the name of it and like the little blurbs that they do. I'm not going to go through like the whole thing because that's just a lot. That's a lot. So we're just going to go through the blurb and kind of what people are saying about it and what day it's coming out. So, and I'm going to pop it up right here. So the first book that we're going to be talking about is Curse of the Reaper by Brian McCauley. I'm really excited about this one. It's giving me very old school slasher vibes, and the blurb is Scream meets The Shining in this page-turning horror tale about an aging actor haunted by the slasher movie villain he brought to life. So, very excited about this one. What I know about this one is it's supposed to be like he was in like a movie. We're following a washed up actor who was a horror villain, and they are rebooting his series and replacing him, and he starts having these like psychological breakdowns where he's becoming like the monster he created. So it sounds really, really good. I don't know if it's gonna go into paranormal, like he's actually becoming it, or if it's just like a psychological dual personality thing going on. So I think this is gonna be really good. I'm really excited for this one. I hope I like it, and I'm so excited. That's a good book for October. The next book that we're gonna be talking about actually has a really low rating on Goodreads already, but it's only 17 ratings. Like, it's not out yet, but it's also coming out on October 4th, and it's called By the Time You Read This, I'll Be Gone, and it's going to be part of a new series called the Murder, She Wrote series. If you don't know, that is a very famous TV show. I love it. It's on all the time on Hallmark Mysteries and whatever it's called. I love that channel. And this one says, it's small town murders, big time thrills, a suspenseful modern update of the classic mystery TV series that's perfect for fans of One of Us is Lying, Sadie, and Gossip Girl. So I'm pretty excited. Like, it doesn't give you a lot in that little blurb, but apparently it's going to be taking place in a small town up north. I think it says, yeah, Cabot Cove, Maine. And her great aunt is a famous mystery writer, but one of her friends goes missing. So she just seems like she's going to be trying to solve mysteries. It almost seems like it's going to be like a Nancy Drew type of thing. So I'm really excited for this one. Even though it has low ratings, I am going to ignore them because, again, there's only 17. And I will probably be picking this one up. The next book I am super excited about, and I think Barnes & Noble just announced that it's their like young adult book of the month choice where they do like some customizations of it. But it is The Second Death of Edie and Violet Bond by Amanda Glaze. 111 ratings, 4.31. That's pretty good, actually. And it doesn't really have a blurb, but I know it's following two sisters who are twins and they're both mediums. One of the twins can open the veil between life and death, and Edie, the other twin, can cross into the spirit world. And they run away and join a group of spiritualists. So it's like mediums, clown, ghost things going on. Or not clown. Medium circus? Spiritual circus? I don't know. It sounds really fun, and I normally don't read twin stories, or sister stories in general, because for some reason, I don't jive with sister stories. But this seems really, really good. I'm definitely going to be picking this one up. The next one I am not sure about, but it's called The Restless Dark by Erica Waters. It has 3.66 rating with 50 ratings, so again, not really to be trusted yet, but this one could be really good or really odd. But it's following a main character who apparently was almost the victim of the serial killer, and then she saw him leap to his death, but now it seems like he might be back. So I don't know. This one could be really good. I don't know about the cover either. Like, you can see the cover. I don't know if I like it or it's weirding me out, but I'm probably going to maybe library this one, see if they'll have it at my library. If not, I might pick it up. I don't know. This one I'm torn on. The next one that's coming out, we're finally on to October 11th, is The Hollow Kind by Andy Davidson, and it has 4.23 rating with 22 ratings, so still not that many. And it says it's Andy Davidson's epic horror novel about the spectacular decline of the Redfern family, haunted by an ancient evil. So it seems like it's going to be a haunted house kind of mystery. Again, another great book to come out in October. I'm loving the horror that's coming out. Very excited about it. The next one is one, again, I don't know if I'm gonna like this one, but it's called If You Could See the Sun by Anne Liang. It's got a 4.19 with 337 ratings. That's a lot of people. They must have put out a lot of ARCs for this one. But the blurb says, in this genre-bending young adult debut, a Chinese-American girl monetizes her strange new invisibility powers by discovering and selling her wealthy classmates' most scandalous secrets. So I'm hitting pause on this one. I'm going to probably get it, and I love the cover. I love the cover. And I don't know if I'm gonna like this one because I often don't like books where main characters are making stupid decisions constantly. This is obviously gonna be one of those books. Like, she has invisibility powers, she's gonna be using them for something stupid and bad. And I don't know. But at the same time, it sounds good, so I don't know. I'm torn on this one too. The next book that I'm excited about is coming out October 18th, and it's Road of the Lost by NAFIZA AZAD. It's got a 4 rating with 19 ratings. And the blurb says it's perfect for fans of The Cruel Prince. I love The Cruel Prince. This gorgeous young adult fantasy follows a girl who discovers she spent her life under an enchantment, hiding her true identity on her quest into the magical otherworld to unlock her powers and discover her destiny. And I think she's a brownie, glamored to be invisible by humans. So I don't know about this one. I don't know. I'm kind of trying to steer away from young adult fantasy that seems too generic, because I'm obviously not having a good time with young adult fantasy right now. If you've seen any of my recent video or my recent wrap up, I don't know if this is coming out first or the wrap up's coming out first, but I'm struggling with young adult fantasy right now. So the next book coming out on October 18th is The Whispering Dark by Kelly Andrew. I think this is coming in one of my book boxes. I'm not sure. But this one says The Raven Boys meets Ninth House. One of my favorite books is Ninth House. I cannot wait for Hellbent to come out. In the most exciting debut of 2022, a dark, atmospheric fantasy about a deaf college student with a peculiar connection to the afterlife. This sounds fantastic. This sounds like fantasy, dark academia, my favorite type of genre. I am so excited for this one to come out. That's all I'm going to talk about it because I don't want to know that much about it going into it. The next one is coming out on October 18th, and it is called Lavender House by Lev A.C. Rosen. I love this cover. This is probably one of my favorite covers that I've seen so far. I adore this cover. I cannot wait for it to come out. And this is like a historical fantasy fiction kind of thing going on, and I cannot wait for it. It is a delicious story from a new voice in suspense. Lev A.C. Rosen's Lavender House is Knives Out with a queer historical twist, and it takes place in 1952. And I know they're trying to uncover something that happened. It says it's a mystery thriller, historical, LGBT historical fiction. So I think this sounds really good. It's got, I forgot to tell you ratings of the other ones. It has 192 ratings and a 4.13 star. So I think that sounds really good. I'm really excited for this one. I will be picking this one up. October 25th. This one is purely I loved one of her last books, so I'm going to attempt this book, but it's called Strike the Zither, and I also love this art, by Joan He. And it is going to be part of a series called Kingdom of Three, it says, and it's got a 4.20 with 117 ratings, that's pretty good. And it says it's going to take place in the year 414 during the Qin Dynasty, and there's a puppet empress on the throne, and an epic young adult fantasy about found family, rivals, and identity. So I think it sounds okay. I'm iffy on that one, but I'm gonna give it a try because I really, really like her writing. Next one comes out October 25th, and it's out of my comfort zone, like legitimately out of my comfort zone, and it is called The Sevenfold Hunters by Rose Eagle, and it's going to be a sci-fi book. I don't read a lot of sci-fi. I'm very, very, very picky about sci-fi books, but it says it's gonna be aliens, which I don't like aliens either, so we're gonna see how this goes. That's 13 ratings, 4.15 stars, and it says it's almost like sci-fi dark academia. It's gonna take place in a cutthroat school and at the speculative intrigue of alien contact. and we're going to be following a hijabi alien hunter who wants to graduate from the academy and hunt aliens. So I kind of think it sounds pretty good. It sounds odd, but also kind of great at the same time. So we're going to give that one a shot. The next one, really not going to talk about that much other than saying it's coming out, but it is Sea Sparrow by Kristen Kishore, part of the Graceling series. I don't love the new covers, but I really liked the old covers. I wish they had stuck with the old covers, but I know they like to revamp these things every once in a while to get people back interested in them. But this one's coming out. It's going to be the 5th novel in the Graceling series. Okay, we are into November. November, like I said, has a bunch of good ones. I kind of wish some of these were coming out in October so I could read them for Halloween. Although apparently we're just going to have to drag Halloween through November, which wouldn't be the worst thing. My decorations, I still haven't decorated. I'm supposed to do that this week. But my decorations probably won't go down until Christmas. So we'll just have November Halloween as well. The next one is called Small Game by BLAIR BRAVERMAN. It has a 3.74 with 131 ratings, and it says a gripping debut novel about a survival reality show gone wrong that leaves a group of strangers stranded in the northern wilds. I think this sounds fantastic. This is definitely one I'm going to pick up because it sounds like it's going to be like a game, but also thriller at the same time. So I'm really excited about that one. Probably will pick it up. The next one is called Friends Like These by Jennifer Lynn Alvarez. 4.13 with 53 ratings. Twisted secrets that have read... I can't read today. Twisted secrets that will have readers guessing with every flip of the page. Perfect for fans of Gone Girl, We Were Liars, and Karen McManus. An end of summer party. A prank gone wrong. A body on the beach. Who's to blame? Sounds like your generic young adult mystery thriller that I will be reading because I read all of them. And I probably will like it. The next one is one I am torn about because I didn't love the first book and they're long books, but it is another sci-fi, but it's a sci-fi rom-com, they're not funny, romance. Sci-fi romance called Ocean's Echo by Everino Maxwell, and it's the second book after Winter's Orbit. The prettiest covers I've ever seen anywhere. Stunning covers. But I didn't love the first one. I still have it because I literally could not bring myself to get rid of that book. But I don't know. I'm probably going to read this one because I liked the first one enough. And they're all standalones. So possibly it could get better as they go. The first one could just be like, eh. I loved the romance in the first one. There was just a lot of other stuff. It was just a long book. It was a long book for like a romance. So I don't know. I'm definitely going to pick it up. But I'm unsure if I'm going to end up liking it. The next one is The Cloisters by Katie Hayes, a 3.97 with 400 ratings. It says it's come out November 1st. That's a lot of ratings for not having come out yet, but that's impressive. It says The Secret History, hated that book, meets Ninth House, love that book. I feel like that always happens anytime anyone writes a dark academia book. They always say it's Secret History meets Ninth House, and I'm like, I hated The Secret History with a passion. With a passion. I hated that book so much. And I love Ninth House with a passion. So I'm always like, which one is it going to be more like? Is it going to be more like Ninth House? Woo! Is it going to be more like Secret History and I'm going to want to burn the book? But this says, blah, blah, blah meets blah, blah, blah. In the sinister atmospheric novel, following a circle of researchers as they uncover a mysterious deck of tarot cards and shocking secrets in New York's famed Met Cloister. To me, that reads more Ninth House, because Ninth House has got some like fantasy aspects to it, and it's like a secret society kind of thing, while The Secret History is just a group of spoiled rich brats who are bored. Just saying, that's what I feel about it. I'm sorry if you like that book. But The Cloisters to me sounds more Ninth House, so we're probably gonna pick it up. The next book comes out November 1st. There's a lot coming out November 1st. This is called Cruel Illusions, and I actually really like this cover. It's really pretty. By Margie Fuston. 15 ratings, a 4-star. Caravel meets Buffy the Vampire Slayer. In this deliciously dark young adult fantasy about a girl who makes a deal with a magical secret society to enter a potentially deadly competition for the chance to avenge her mother's death. This sounds amazing. This feels like it was written for me. I love Caravel. I love Buffy. Love dark young adult fantasy. I love secret societies, and I love competitions. So this is like at the top of my list right now of books that I cannot wait to pick up. So I am very excited about that one. I can't wait for it to come out. The next one is a book everybody knows is coming out, but it is the first book in the Luminaries series called The Luminaries by Susan Dennard. I will not be picking this one up. I need to read her Witchland series first. If I have a series by an author, I tend not to pick up their next series yet until I read the first one. Thriller authors, they don't really count. I got like a bunch of Ruth Ware books. But I want to read the Witchlands first, because if I don't end up liking that, I don't want to pick up the Luminaries. Although, the Luminaries sounds like something I might like better. So part of me is tempted to like read the Luminary, the first book first, and then read the Witchlands, but it doesn't make any sense because the Witchlands is finished. But this sounds way more up my alley. Author of the Witchland series comes a haunting and high-octane contemporary fantasy about the magic it takes to face your fears in a nightmare-filled forest and the metal required to face the secrets hiding in the dark corners of your own family. So, it takes place in a fictional place called Hemlock Falls, and they're going to be hunting monsters. So, that sounds like something I would absolutely love. So I really am excited about this, but I really want to read the Witchlands first before I pick this up. So, we'll see. The next one coming out is one that I really wish was coming out in October, but it is coming out November 1st, and it is called The Quarry Girls by Jess Loray. It's a 4.27 with 122 ratings, and it just looks like such a good thriller. It's taking place in 1977, and two best friends have seen something that they shouldn't, and there are missing girls in the town. So it sounds like small town, 70s, missing people kind of thing going on. So it just sounds really, really good. And I wish this was coming out for Halloween. The next book coming out is more like a series of short stories. It is the Gleanings from Arc of the Scythe series. It's called the 3.5. I am so excited for this. I loved the Scythe series. I read it with my husband. We very, very much enjoyed it. It's one of the only sci-fi series that I have read, actually, and really enjoyed besides Illuminae. And so it's by Neil Shusterman, and I cannot wait. It left you, that book ended on such an odd way. So I hope, because I think this is going to be telling stories of the past, other characters in the series that you didn't really get to know that much, and then like what happened after. So I'm so excited. But it says the New York Times bestselling Arc of the Scythe series continues with thrilling stories that span the timeline. Storylines continue, origin stories are revealed, and new scythes emerge. So I'm so excited. I think this is going to be so much fun. I know my husband and I are super excited. This one comes out November 8th. Next book is again one that I wish was coming out in October. It doesn't have the best ratings with a ton, but it's 3.67 with 337 ratings, and it's called Secluded Cabin Sleep 6 by Lisa Unger. I feel like this is everywhere. I feel like everyone has heard about this book, and it is highly, highly anticipated. But it's kind of got this, it's a locked room, 3 couples rent a luxury cabin in the woods for a weekend getaway to die for. So it just sounds like one of those really fun locked room thrillers, and it does seem like it's going to be a winter theme. So even though I do want it to come out in October for Halloween, I think this is probably going to be better to be read in November, December when it's cooler outside. And the next one, again, I'm not going to talk about that much other than to say it's coming out, but coming out November 8th is number 2 in the Gilded series by Marissa Meyer, and it's called Cursed. I really like the cover. They're really, really cool covers. And that's pretty much all I got to say about it. And I think it's the conclusion. Yeah, it's the Gilded duology is a conclusion. I'm liking these duologies. Sometimes I feel like a trilogy is too long, so I'm liking these duologies. The next one is one I'm not sure about. It's out of my comfort zone, and it's a historical fiction. I don't read a lot of historical fiction, but it is called Even Though I Knew the End by C.L. Polk, and it's got a 4.39 with 69 ratings, and it's about magical detectives in Chicago, and they call it the White City Vampire, Chicago's most notorious serial killer. So it seems like it's gonna be like possibly an H.H. Holmes fantasy book. So like H.H. Holmes was a very famous serial killer, and he was killing people during like the Chicago's World Fair, I think. Double check that. But that's what this seems like. It seems like they're gonna take that and turn it into he's a vampire and evil and fantasy. So I think that would be really cool. It seems like something true crime people are gonna really like. So I'm definitely gonna give this a shot. But again, I'm not sure. It's kind of like hinting at that, but I'm not sure. We'll see. The next one coming out, and this may not come out on this date because she has changed her dates for publication so much, but it is number 5 in the Crave series by Tracy Wolff called Charm. And this is kind of taking a step back into the series. This is going to be from, if you know anything about the series, you know there's a portion of book 2 or 3? 3? I don't remember. It's either book 2 or 3 where our main character gets locked inside of her head and some stuff happens while she's in her head and you don't know really what happened in it. So this book is actually going to be inside her head and what happened during that. So I cannot wait for that because it's going to be a romance origin story. So it's going to be really romance, enemies to lovers heavy. The next one, again, I'm not going to talk that much about other than to say it is coming out, but it is Bloodmarked, the second book in the Legendborn series by Tracy Deonn. Has a 4.74 with 500 ratings. That is crazy. She must be like handing out arcs for this. That's incredibly impressive. But I still haven't read the first one. I have it upstairs. I might read it for Halloween because it's like witchy goodness. So I don't know. I haven't decided when I'm reading that one yet. The next one that's coming out, again, I'm not going to talk about it that much, but it is the second book in the Celestial Kingdom duology. And, oh, duology, there you go. Last book in the series. Heart of the Sun Warrior. I love these covers. They're so pretty. By Su Lin Tang, 4.51 with 284 ratings. So I'm not going to read any of it because I have it upstairs. So I don't want anything to be spoiled for me. Okay, the last couple books, I think I only have like 3 more. Again, I probably missed a lot, but this is kind of just what's on like the front of my radar. Like, this is my mix of books that I'm like the most excited about. There are plenty of other books coming out and I will probably be picking up more books that are coming out than when I'm listing here, but this is kind of what's in front of my face right now. The next book coming out is the 3rd book in the Spoiler Alert series, Shipwrecked. I love this series. It's so cute, but it's like big girl rep with hot guys and I just love it, and it's like very nerdy stuff, which I love. I love nerdy stuff. So this one says, Olivia Dade once again delivers a warm and wonderful romantic comedy about 2 co-stars, that's different, who once had an incredible one-night stand and after years of filming on the same remote island are finally ready to yield to temptation again. So that sounds really fun. I'm really excited for this one. It kind of seems like this should have been released during the summer. It seems much more like a summer beach read, but maybe I'll save it till next summer. Next one coming out, A Wilderness of Stars by Shay Earnshaw. If her name is on the book, I'm gonna pick it up. Every book that I've read from her so far, 5 stars. I love her books. They break my heart. They're very wilderness oriented. They feel very wilderness witchy kind of thing going on. I love her books. I do have one on my shelf still. I have a Wildness, something like that. It was a book of the month a couple months ago. I just haven't read it yet because I have such high hopes for all of her books. That I am nervous to read it. But if her name is on it, I'm gonna pick it up because I have loved all of her books. But this is, again, a young adult fantasy. It says, in this magical romance from the New York Times bestselling author of The Wicked Deep, I love that book, a mysterious illness cursing the land forces a teen girl astronomer to venture across the wilderness in search of the star's message that will hopefully save them all. So, yeah. Sounds, I don't really care how it sounds. I'm gonna get it because I'm probably gonna like it. And last book that we're going to be talking about is called Never Ever Getting Back Together by Sophie Gonzalez. 900 ratings with 3.96. Are we sure this isn't out yet? It seems like it's out already, but it says November 29th. They must have a lot of arcs out. When their now famous ex-boyfriend asks them to participate in teen reality show, 2 18-year-old girls, one bent on revenge, the other open to rekindling romance, get tangled up in an unexpected twist when they fall for each other instead of the main man. So I think that's going to be really fun. This is either going to be fantastic or really bad. But I'm excited to read it because it sounds Bachelor-esque. Kind of sounds a little bit like The Charm Offensive, but more teen related. So I hope there isn't too much sexualization because they're only 18 years old. But it sounds cute and I think it's going to be a fun book. So that's all I've got for you guys for October, November. Again, I'm pretty sure there's plenty of books out there that I did not pick up on and that I did not see, but I tried to look at a bunch of different like places to find books and I try to keep updated with what's coming out. But if I missed something, let me know. Let me know what I missed because I would love to add it to my TBR. And if you're excited about any of these books, let me know which ones you're excited about. If you've read any of them, no spoilers, but let me know how you liked them or if you didn't like them. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys. And I hope you have a wonderful October and November reading month and you pick up some of these brand new books. I'm so excited.